For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Outdoors Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm going to give you a bit of a review video on a new product from Kampa Dometic. So this here is the Kampa Dometic Studland 6 Air. They also make a 8 Air as well, so everything I'm talking about in this video, it works with both models. The only real difference is the fact that the 8 is actually slightly a bit longer and includes a inner bedroom for the main living section. So, and there's only half a metre difference, and that equates to basically 30 centimetres in the canopy area and then 20 centimetres in the living area. So personally, I think really the Studland 6 will probably be a more popular model for the 2020 season than the 8, just because I think losing that little bit extra length makes it a bit more easier to fit on pitches, plus the fact it doesn't make it feel too big and a much keener price point. So generally it uses Kampa's sort of Pro fabrics, as Weather Shade Pro, which is a really nice sort of 150 denier, 6,000mm hydrostatic head, so it's a good strong fabric, something they ran with for many years and have done in their sort of, moto morning range as well, so it's very much tried and tested. You've got multiple things that are quite nice on the Kampas and unique, one being sort of the easy pegging system, so you've got blue tabs, you can peg the four corners quite clearly, and then the guy ropes can be pegged while it pulls the base and tension the guy rope at the same time. Means less pegging points, and also means you're never going to hopefully get it pulled too tightly, or splay it too far away where you wanted to go. One of the big headline news is for the Studland for 2020 is the fact that you now have the ability to zip on additional annex, like you can see behind me. So there's a separate zip located. I will get the camera a bit later on in the film and show you the range, but there's a separate zip located just behind here to allow you to zip an annex on as and when you want to. So really what Kampa have done is kind of gone away and taken a Bergen out of the range, but kind of giving you a modular Bergen you can build. So you can have the length that you want, and then the pod as and when you want it. So you buy that as an optional extra. It's not included with the actual tent itself. Yeah, again, each beam is done individually, and you can quite easily see how it goes up in our outdoors pitching and packing videos. I've done the Studland on my own, the best part of sort of 12 minutes, so very quick, simple, and just literally peg it out, pump it up, guy it out, and away you go. So it means you can take something of this sort of size away for a weekend tent when it only takes you that sort of time to put up. Alternatively, you want to stay for a longer period, a week, 2 weeks, it's still got the same kind of spec and resilience to keep it as and when, structurally stable when you need it to be. Even though going through all 2020, you still is a range of optional extras, not only with the new annex. Unfortunately, the annex won't fit the 2019 or previous year's model because it hasn't got a zip at all. It's only the 2020 you can benefit from the extra annex on it. But you can also have the canopies that go on the front here. So there's a range of open canopies, an open canopy you can buy, and the same canopy fits the 6 as it does the 8, as well as the previous year's models because it attaches via a zip on the front here, so that's not changed at all. You also got the optional mesh vestibule as well, which allow you to seal in the front to make it all nice and have a good ventilation point. And that extra pod on really does help. I think certainly if you went a bit more safer and went for, say, the Zix 6 model, then had the extra pod, I think it is a better size, and you've got the flexibility then of having an extra awning or not. One thing that also makes the Studland unique is the fact that you've got these mesh panels above the windows in the canopy area, but also in the living area itself. So it allows ventilation throughout the tent and helps it keep it a bit more fresher, especially with a polyester fabric. It just makes it, condensation can be a bit of an issue really. They do the same model in a polycotton fabric, which essentially is a bit more breathable, a bit more harder wearing, but obviously naturally, because it's a better fabric, is more expensive. And we will have the Studland up on display at our indoor showroom in Gloucestershire. You've got essentially a 6 berth at the back, and there's an additional extra bedroom which you can purchase on the 6 to go in the living area, but we'll go through that as we have a look on the few more features that the Studland has to offer on the inside. So let's see what it has to offer. So now that we are inside the Studland, you can kind of get a bit more idea for certainly the space. And like I said, because it's the same width, you've got the same height regardless whether you go for the 6 or the 8. You're only benefiting from the extra depth. But I still feel the 6 is quite ample. And yet again, I think as a keener price point, I think it's probably a more popular model. The front door can be situated into 3 different sections. So you've got obviously a fully open if you wanted to, a third, 2/3, or fully closed. So you've got the versatility that you can chop and change between it. And yet again, you've got a nice PVC window throughout the front to get great clarity when you want to. The same thing as you've actually got zip-up curtains to get the privacy as well. So the whole front section can be actually zipped up so you can I don't know, keep all your stuff out of sight, out of mind. The mesh on the side, which we talked about on the outside, is quite a nice feature. And yet again, you've got the ability that you can zip it up and down. You've got a clear panel, so it doesn't sort of infringe your vision. So by zipping it up, just keeps it all at bay. But the curtain beneath it in the bottom of the window, that zips up and down as well. So that's basically how you get the privacy itself. So it's just in a little kind of a little pocket down there, and you can just sort of unravel it a bit, have it sort of halfway if you want to just get a bit of privacy. Alternatively, just set it right to the top, and then you've got great privacy against everyone else in the campsite quite neatly, and just rolls down into a pocket with a little toggle just to retain it as such. A ground sheet is applied in this area, so the joy is it makes it feel like a completely enclosed section, and alternatively, because it kind of overlaps with a bit of the skirting, it really helps to make it feel like a sewn-in ground sheet, but the flexibility to remove it and have it this kind of open space if you wanted to, and sort of have it as your wet area. Personally, I see that's probably the more way you would actually use this section, is remove the ground sheet or have it down halfway at least. That way when you cook or anything like that, it's just you're spilling anything that goes into the ground, or if it suddenly chucks it down with rain, it's just come straight down and soak into the grass, not collect on the ground sheet itself. One thing you can buy with the additional canopy, then I would probably make this part of the living area. You can open the door all the way back like you can see we've done here. Then you have almost like a seamless flow from the canopy area into the main living area. There's a range of carpets you can buy for the living area as well, which make it a bit more homely, and that's quite a nice new design for the 2020 season. Yeah, again, you've got a little mesh panel at the top here, just to allow air to flow through. And yet again, because like I said, it's polyester, you're really relying heavily on your vents to help give you a circulation of air to keep sort of condensation at bay, really. And that's certainly, like I said, something because the fabric's not breathable, you need to make sure you've got the low level ventilations and all of it open regardless of what the temperatures are doing. The fact you've got a really nice seamless walk through from the canopy to living area means there's no trip hazard, so you haven't got to worry about the kids go flying through the air like Superman. And yet again, that door can be put into several positions, so you can actually have it halfway to this point or fully shut if you wanted to. But these sort of kind of side panels which remain in place, and that's a new thing for 2020, is that this doesn't sort of roll back all the way. It sort of fixed that point. I think, to be honest, it's probably a good thing. I don't think many people actually use that feature of sort of rolling it all away. Then actually you've got a justification for having somewhere for storage, not only internally but externally as well. You can put a cooking unit there, a wardrobe inside, and it just works a bit better in my opinion. A good sized living area, even if it is the 6, I think, you know, you can have a table and chairs in there, and you can see from the classic video we've done on the models, even with tables and chairs in there, you've got plenty of room to roam around, have a cupboard unit in the corner, or do what you need to do. The additional bedroom for the 6 model would fit in here, whereas it comes with the 8. But even with the 8, I would probably remove it and just literally use the living area space. Admittedly, if you want to sleep an 8th person, well, an 8th person in there, then by all means buy it as an extra and pop it in, or with the 8 use it as and when needed. Left and right hand side, you've got a side door, both with mesh to allow yet again circulation. I'm going to keep going on about it and on about it. The thing is, on the left hand side here, you've got a rain safe canopy door. So the joy is that you can have a good doesn't matter what the weather's doing, whether it's rain or sunshine, if the weather suddenly turns, that bit of canopy on the side just covers the window quite nicely. Yeah, again, if you need to, you can put that sort of kind of roll that to the side and have it fully open. On this side, yet again, you've got the annex which you can add on as you choose, and I'll show you in the camera in a second, but there is a really nice area, a great place for a toilet, or to put your wet kit, somewhere to put all the bags so that keep it out of mind, save it being in the back of the car. Or there's a wardrobe pole you can purchase as an optional extra and put in there to have that as hanging dry stuff, you know, for the towels and that sort of stuff. Plus there's a ground sheet you can put into that area if you want it completely sealed. Living area at the back, you've got a really nice setup, so even though it essentially is a 6 berth, it's quite a generous 6 berth. So you've got a 140, 140 and a 160 in the middle, which gives you plenty of space to sleep a good size double airbed, or even a high-rise airbed, because you've got a slightly deeper depth than your standard airbed, your standard width depth anyway. So we've got currently a nice big kit mattress in there, and there's plenty of room at the back quite happily. Storage pockets located in the front just help you to declutter the main part of the tent. So things, you can have your keys, your sun cream, or a book or something like that, just handy at a point rather than having it level on the table out in the way the constant time. There's also storage pockets in the actual bedroom itself. So you've got a low level vent point down here, so you can put things like a torch or, you know, again, your phone if you want to know where it is in the middle of the night and not have to worry about it. It's easy to find the pocket, grab it out and use it as need be. Cable entry points left and right, located just down the bottom here, allows you to bring the mains cable into the main body without having to leave the door open all the time. You've also got Kampa's kind of special flexi light. So it's a Sabre Flex light you can see located here. So it just sticks onto the Velcro, and you can buy an add-on, a starter kit and then an add-on. So you can run 2 lights off one socket, or if need be, a third light. So you can buy 2 add-ons for the starter kit. So you can have one at the back, one at the front we got here, and if need be, one in the canopy area. They run on 12-volt all mains and come with remote control, so you can alter the brightness. But you can check out, we've got, as always, a different video for that if need be, so they're all kind of cross-reference. Alternatively, if you want to click in the link below, you'll go to our website where all the information is also there as well. The dividers between the 2 sections are all zipped, so you get a really great coverage. So you haven't got to worry about, you know, just a sheer bit of material. It's a bit more of a solid structure. And then yet again, you've also got, if you haven't got the Sabre lights, you've still got a hanging hook and Velcro tabs to quite happily run the cable down onto your cable entry points where it need be. So you're not pot committed in buying the Flexi Sabre lights, even though they do work really well and offer a good amount of light without having to take up too much headroom. But tell you what, let's grab the camera and we'll go through a bit more of an idea about what's going on inside the Studland. And I also actually will take you into the Studland 8, which I've got set up over here as well. So yeah, here we go. So as you can see, sort of the canopy depth's quite neat. You've got the windows and the pockets down the side there, so you can quite happily use it as you want to. You've got plenty of flexibility. Then move into the living area. Good sort of size, happy for a table and chairs. You've got the storage pockets, and then again we've got a kit mattress, and then you can see there's a bit of room either side of it, and at the back as well, so you haven't got to worry about, you know, what bedding situation you're going with. The side outlets, which you zip on and off as you're choosing, it's got a little vent panel just located there. And you can offer a fair amount of space. We just chuck the big bag in there for the time being. And you can see you've got the mesh rolled up. Alternatively, the mesh that side with that rain-safe canopy door just located there. We'll head on over into the 8 now, just to sort of compare the sizes. So, we've got the 8 with the 2-panel door, so you can get a bit more idea of that. But yeah, you pop in here. So we're looking at an extra 30 centimeters in this front section here, which you can see. You know, you do benefit from that quite a bit. And then an extra 20 centimeters in the living area, which does make it, with the bedroom in place, still quite a lot more usable. But they still have the same inners, the same model. This hasn't really changed at all in size from the 2019 model. So everything you've seen on the campsites, for example, is still the same. Just the fact you've got the benefit of an optional annex if you choose to have so. But really nice model. Like I said, that zip on annex on the side just gives you a lot of versatility. Low level ventilation beneath the bedroom, vent at the back, and then you've got a nice zip baffle just located there. And it looks quite smart actually. As I said before, you can only put it on this right hand side here because you've got the rain safe canopy door on the other side, like so. So yeah, of course, if you have any questions or queries about the Studland or want to know any more information, feel free to let us know. You can always comment in the comment spot below the video, check our website, contact us on Facebook, whatever floats your boat really. But that's kind of our video review of the Studland 6 and 8 in the Air Pro range. If need be, pop into our showroom to see it on display, and if need, talk to us, ask the experts on what would be best for you really. So thanks for watching. By all means, like the video and let us know what you think of the new Studland.